Not many numbers coming up lately. Maybe because I'm not into the numbers right now. What I am into is my cats. They're snooping around. Now there are or there are not any cats in Charlie Brown. The cat chases the bird. The dog chases the cat. Inside the dog pound, keeping it a pallet. You know what a pallet looks like? It's lines like a star, but if you hold it in the middle and turn it, it's like arms on a clock, and you'll turn. So on the top level, you'll turn this ocean, and the bottom level, you'll turn this ocean. These two oceans do not get to touch. They do not get to have the Michelangelo touch. Are you following what I'm saying? Pallets. It's like this. It's like this. They're like this. This is a pallet, okay? It goes in like this. But anyways, you can see what I'm saying, but it's on both sides. It's like a propeller, but it's between two levels, okay? Now you can use the R letter, okay? I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to try to do it, but you can use the R or the 5, okay? Here's the pallets, okay? Now by being stoned or a little bit of buzzed, you take the pressure off of all your other energies that are on this side of the Suez Canal, releasing and letting the door open so this pallet can move upward. When the pallet moves upward between the two sides, this is your S. This side, the pallet is spinning this way, bringing everything out to this opening. When it's in this opening, right, and it's spinning that way, it's either opening or pulling it into the bottom area over here. It's open here, the open tail is here, the open tail is here. Where you start the S is the open tail or the mouth. So when the pallet turns in the middle, this ocean down here, this electrifies both sides. And it transfers the information from the top to the bottom world, the spirit of the soul. This is the pallet that turns in between. Have you ever seen a blower, a feed blower that blows feed? How you transmit the energy of a propeller on a Sea-Doo? Well, every piece of equipment that has ever been designed, and every book, and every picture, and every color, and anything that you have ever seen has been seen before inside of creation, and that's how we make the connections. So here is your S that crosses over. This pallet will turn in between, talking about beaver tails, talking about under and over the water. This turns, rushing the water and the rivers wherever they don't know where they're going, but the information and electronic of AC/DC is in contact with this letter S, in which half of the S, if it was connected and closed over here, would create the E of the electronic world in the expression of this letter. Why? Because I did not do it in the squares, I'm going to show you why. I'm going to do it in the squares and show you why. Do you notice over here in this square, it's larger than this square? Because the connection, the wheel, is in one world and not in the other world. That's the way it seems like. So I have to break up the two worlds by adding this L here and this L here. L and L, 24, the wing. You see the space took up the dot over here. I can't pull out this pin and look into this world. If I pull out this pin, it's got to be in this world. This can fall off. This is the world of creation. This is added on. You understand what I'm saying? Now the space here and the space here is the same. Now the whole S can go around. Now it can be picturesque. So now you can basically look at the small g, look at the baby E coming out of what was once a G. How does it work? I don't know. All I'm doing right now is letting your mind see what I see, so that if you're interested in seeing something else, you can see it and imagine how it can work through your mind, giving every one of our minds an individual vision in which we share, which breaks up and breaks down these visions so we get a greater vision. And at the end, maybe somebody's going to come and go, look, I got the blueprints. Because of all of us, of what we said, we now have the blueprints to something that one mentioned at the beginning that had real no value, but because it touched all of us in our souls, we now have a story for the element of the primary thought. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. It's almost like opening and closing the bridge. You see what this is? The shape of this, the K shape of this, it also looks like the R. These two come together and the doors close. It's almost like two doors come together like this, and you know there's a crack in the middle But if you look at all the space programs, right, the doors of the crack in the middle, they have a covering on top of the crack. So you'd have to rip off the covering to get to the crack. But you can't, because it's overlapped and it's only in the center. But anyways, Raphael 7286, and I'm a little upset that I'm really not adding up any numbers because I know there's so many places to go. But in time, I've been like in slow motion. I swear I haven't been doing a thing. I haven't come up with really any, well, I did that, but let me tell you one thing. I haven't been nitty-gritty with the numbers because I know there's places to go. I see it. 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 Anyways, let's see. Let's just look up. Maybe you want to say hello to my dogs and my friends. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. This is a bit and piece of my wall and my ceiling. Thank you for watching this video.